It's never been more important since I've been alive, 40 years, for people to stand together and promote health.
I like the
check in
flex,
today
I like
in my
the
living room.
flex, I like the 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 flex. Look at my chain, it's VVS. Look at my name, it's on the guest list. You're just a lame, just a pedestrian, stacking this change. I'm playing Tetris. I like the flex, I like the flex, I like the.
These are the guidelines to avoid, if you know what I'm saying. YouTube, you gotta be careful how you say things, but these are the guidelines to really bolster your immunity and get yourself resistant to the rigors of disease, germs. Y'all know what I'm saying. So this is you. Here you go. I do think you might have ordered the most. Oh, look what I have here, guys. So check in today in my living room. Jake Webb.
179 to 184.
Nice. You got 184?
Last time we weighed
or no? Nope. Producer Tim. Stay on the fitness, man. What do you got now? 161. Guys, this is part 3 of our series. We covered how to get your measurements in your baseline. Then we covered how to break down your macronutrients based on your body type and your goal. Part 4, which is the next video after this, is how to put your shirt on. Meaning we're going to break down how to get macros to line up and like actually how to weigh and measure and calculate and just like application. So part 3 is a little premature, but I wanted to get it out there. Part 3 is how to put your tie on. And so for me, supplements is you don't put your tie on first, you put your shirt on. Once your shirt's on, you backfill with supplements. And I'm bringing on Kevin Guillen, wilderness athlete. I've known him quite a while, and he's helped us kind of pick out the supplements for each guy. And we're going to utilize him to kind of break down each supplement in this series. Are you ready, Kevin?
I'm ready, man.
All right. Kevin's busy, so we got to go get right to it. So we had producer Tim. He's kind of an endomorph, meaning he's pretty sensitive to carbs, a little higher protein, lower carb type diet, strictly wants to shrink fat cells, has plenty of muscle. He's a very athletic build guy, but I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't want to pack around an extra 30 pounds when he's elk hunting.
Yeah.
So he ordered, and I'm just going to go down the list one by one, and I'll just have you speak to each one. He ordered daily strength vanilla, 3 tubs for the next 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, do you want to go one by one like that, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, I think we should just give a quick overview of each one.
Sure. That'll be perfect. Daily strength is perfect for Brian, right?
This is for Tim.
Tim, okay. It'll be perfect for Tim. I mean, it's our lightest, leanest protein shake we make as far as macronutrients. So really low on carbs, really low on fat. Actually, it's only 105 calories per serving. I think vanilla is 105. Chocolate's a little bit higher on the calories. 20 grams of protein. It's, really like, I mean, your perfect protein for filling in a couple gaps in your day when, if you're eating lean and you're really active and you're not getting enough protein in your diet, trying to stimulate recovery and just, energy and such, really rapidly digested as well. So I think he'll really benefit from that and not feel bloated or like he's carrying a whole lot of, carbs in his diet on a daily basis.
Next up, he ordered greens, the strawberry flavor, which I applaud that, 2 tubs.
Sure. Green infusion, it's incredibly important for a lot of reasons. Digestive health, immune system health, but even energy, and not like energy in the sense when you're like feeling amped and ready to get after it, but steady production of your energy throughout the day. When you elevate your digestive system's health and function, once you have like that big lunch or that big dinner, you don't feel that like, grogginess where your digestive and your metabolism's trying to catch up with everything you just loaded on it. The biggest thing is also, I think, just reducing bloat and helping with immune system function, at a time where you're trying to make changes, you don't have time to get sick. Nobody does.
So caveat to this is the green infusion I added to my backcountry backpack for elk hunting this year, because I'll be honest, I don't eat a lot of vegetables when I'm elk hunting, and I do eat a lot of vegetables the 11 other months out of the year. So if you're looking to backfill some nutrition when you're elk hunting, please consider the green infusion. Then he ordered probiotics for 12 weeks.
Yeah, it's similar intent to green infusion, except it doesn't have like all the phytonutrients that green infusion does to replace like those veggies. But we do have a good complex of probiotics and prebiotics. So prebiotics really helping with the really the existence and like the health of those healthy bacteria in your gut once you kind of balance out that microbiome the way it ought to be. The main goal there, reducing bloat and effective, bolstering your immune system.
Okay, we should probably talk dosing since Tim is going to watch this video. I know that he'll take the protein post-workout. I know that he's going to do probably a scoop in the evening with the green infusion. What should he do with the probiotics?
It's kind of it's a pretty flexible product. You want to take it on an empty stomach, 20, 30 minutes before food, or, some people take it at bedtime before they go to bed. Really, you want to find where it fits best in your day, depending on the other stuff you're taking. You don't want to like overload your morning or whatever. I tend to take my probiotic like first thing in the morning because I don't eat a heavy breakfast. So I'll take it with a bunch of water before, 20, 30 minutes before I make a coffee with like a bunch of fats and stuff in it. That's usually a good start for me, but for some people, the evening is best.
Fish oil. You guys make a fish oil product. Obviously, Tim understands the benefits of the healthy fat and probably doesn't have an abundant amount of fish in his current diet. So backfilling with your fish oil, what's the benefits? What's the dosing?
Yeah, benefits to the fish oil in terms of timing, really any time of day. It's not something that needs to be taken with food or on an empty stomach or anything like that. The benefits are numerous. Fish oil, most people know it for like what it does for your hair, skin, and nails. But it also does a ton for your joints and reducing and managing harmful, excessive joint inflammation. It helps your body produce more synovial fluids as well, which is kind of like the hydraulic grease in your joints, which keeps your cartilage viable and flexible and healthy. I take it on a daily basis. For me, the main reason is joint inflammation. I've got bad shoulders, and seems to be that it helps me along with joint advantage, keeping that inflammation just kind of in check. I feel more flexible and just, get a little more, pep in my step, so to speak.
Yeah, and a pro tip for those who have never taken fish oil, for me, I burp it up. And so I freeze my fish oil in the freezer, and that's where I take it. And I don't have any, issues with that. Last but not least for Tim, producer Tim, trying to drop 30 pounds, Lean Life for 12 weeks. What's in that? Why is he taking it? Dosage.
Sure. Lean Life. So as far as dosage goes, that's a good one to start out with. Start light. I would say start with like 1 to 2 pills once a day. Full dosage that we recommend is 3 pills twice a day. So 3 pills before breakfast, 3 pills before lunch. Not everybody needs to get to that. Some people have more caffeine sensitivity, and some people's metabolisms respond really well to a lower dosage. So I always say start low, figure out where you feel most comfortable and like not jittery, because there is, roughly 120 milligrams of caffeine per 3 pills. But what the main ingredient in there that makes a big difference is our Garcinia gambosia. That helps mobilize fat cells, stored fat cells, better than a lot of things out there. And it's a really healthy herbal ingredient. Curbs appetite, boosts metabolism. And the caffeine, frankly, as we know, it just gives you more energy to be more active. So, when you're trying to lose some weight and you're trying to, you come up a little bit, you want more energy to get after it in the gym. It really helps me personally when I use Lean Life with that boredom eating or that overeating. So portion control, it helps a ton with. You do feel fuller quicker. You don't have to eat 3 big old portions in a meal to feel full. You do seem to get more satiated with less. And there's definitely some chemical components to that from the Garcinia, but we didn't get into all that. But the main component is curbs appetite, helps mobilize stored fat cells, and gives you more energy.
Awesome. Okay, so moving on to Jake. He's a little bit more similar build to you, kind of that ectomorph, typically runs lean, longer, athletic, does a little bit better with carbohydrates, maybe struggles to gain muscle it's just hard for him to gain weight. He's got a great metabolism. We all hate him. We don't hate you, but you know, he ordered the first thing he ordered, and I was a little jealous I didn't do. He ordered the paleo-ish Hydrate and Recover. What does he look? What's the benefits of that for Jake?
Yeah, so it's similar in terms of macronutrient components as like our daily strength. It's a really lean protein. It actually has 25 grams of protein versus 20. So a bit more protein, but the only source that we're using there is truly just a beef protein. So all of our other proteins, you use a blend of, you know, whey, casein, and milk isolates in there. So it's like you've got a really complex protein like blend. With beef protein, it's simply it's just beef, and there are some really good advantages to that and some drawbacks. The advantages are that you're getting a really high amino acid component there. Every protein has its own amino acid profile. It has some really unique amino acids with beef protein. It also, I mean, frankly, for people that tend to try to, you know, follow more of a paleo diet, it is as close as you're going to get when it comes to using supplements, you know, with that. We also add a lot of really good digestive enzymes similar to our other proteins, which is help it break down and digest a lot quicker. So, you know, you have like 3 main, you know, protein digestive enzymes that are bolstered in there.
So if you're lactose intolerant, so if you're lactose intolerant, that's what I just sent a guy last week. He was like, man, I cannot have dairy. Which protein does WA make? I was like, beef. Taste wise, he ordered, was it some sort of apple pie?
Oh, that's apple pies are brute strength.
Okay, we'll get to that. I'm sorry, what beef, which one, did he get chocolate?
We now have 2. I'm totally blanking on them. So we have it's not carnivore cocoa. I think it's carnivore cocoa. That was the last one. And then we have a horchata. So it's like a rice milk, like that horchata that, you know, everyone's used to getting at, you know, Mexican restaurants and stuff. And I think it's delicious. Beef protein itself has a bit of a different consistency than others. Like it tends to get really frothy. And so sometimes people think it's just like, it's kind of off-putting, but it's just the nature of the protein material. And generally, like, just as a little pro tip, when you mix it up, let it sit for like 3 to 5 minutes before you drink it, and all that will kind of settle. But it's a really delicious protein. And I think a lot of people, like you said, with lactose intolerance, and if they're avoiding, I mean, there's no soy, they're completely grass-fed cattle, so they're very healthy. It's a very healthy protein source.
Okay, and so moving on to the brute strength post-workout. I always take that. Let's talk about what's in it. I do it immediately when I'm done training, and then I usually eat my next food encounter about an hour later. It's got some great things in it. I'm a chocolate guy. Jake ordered the apple pie. I haven't tried that yet. I'm gonna have to steal a scoop of his, but let's break down post-workout.
Yeah, one of the biggest differences with our post-workout brute strength is we have 3.5 grams or 3 grams of creatine per serving, which is really a great happy medium, and it's really scientifically proven to be like the most effective dosage of creatine. So you're not experiencing some of the negative drawbacks of an abundance of it, where people get cramps, you kind of get that puffy, bloated look, but it's enough to stimulate more muscle growth and muscle repair. So a bit of creatine in there, and there's a long list of benefits to creatine, from fat loss to lean muscle development, brain health, a lot of things. There's also some really healthy natural anti-inflammatories in there. So MSM, there's also some botanical anti-inflammatories in there as well, which, you know, in a post-workout, you know, sense, like you're inflamed, you know, all your muscles are pretty beat up and tore up, your joints are. Reducing that inflammation is the best thing you're going to be able to do for coming back the next day, you know, ready to get after it again and feel, you know, as good as you possibly can. Still 20 grams of protein. We do have more carbs in there. I mean, in the carbohydrates are definitely play an integral role in your ability to bounce back and produce energy and start recovering. So it's a bit heavier than like your daily strength. But that's, you know, we do have as well another 5 grams of BCAAs in there too. So that helps with protein synthesis and muscle repair.
Okay. Jake ordered the Paleo Hydrate Recover, And I love Hydrate Recover. I have 2 scoops a day every day. My wife steals my Hydrate Recover, which is why I'm constantly ordering more. But what's the difference between the Hydrate Recover for Jake? He ordered the Paleo, a little less sugar.
Yeah, it's less sugar. It's only 3 grams versus 5, so it's not like a drastic amount different. 5 grams is already super low. We use, everything with our normal Hydrate Recover is naturally flavored and naturally colored as well. We don't use sucralose in the paleo version though, and that is an artificial sweetener. So we're using monk fruit and we're using just natural pineapple extracts for the flavoring there. Everything else is completely the same in terms of like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, the same ratio we have of magnesium, potassium, and sodium for your key electrolytes, same branched chain amino acid profile. It's a lot lighter of a flavor and a lot lighter of a taste. And I think some people really gravitate to that who just don't like sweet, strong things. And if you're trying to cut out, our whole society, we've got artificial sweeteners in just damn near everything we eat these days. And so every opportunity you can find to cut that out it's not a bad thing. So that's really the main difference is the sweetener component there.
Okay. So Jake, next he ordered was Ultimate Pre-Workout. He got 3 bottles. So what is that? What's his dosage?
So Ultimate Pre-Workout is a tablet pre-workout. It's non-caffeinated. So really what you're getting is a pretty like bare bones pre-workout formula. You've got your arginine, you've got mumio, which is a really rare extract that we use in our pre-workouts, which helps with a lot of anabolic processes and blood flow. We also have long jackroot and a couple other herbals in there. But the main thing is helping with blood flow and recovery. And that's the main thing. But it's a non-caffeinated pre-workout. It's just in tablet form. And a lot of people really like that versus drinking it it seems to like, I'll take our pre-workout tablet, the Ultimate Pre-Workout, when I go on like a long hike or a long run. I see a longer bell curve of pump and just, oomph in my body versus, a drink which metabolizes and hits your blood quicker. So, dosage, you're taking 3 pills about 40 minutes before workout. And it's, it takes a little longer to break that down than a drink. So 40 minutes is ideal. You can get it done, depending on what his metabolism is like or what he's been eating that day. 30 minutes is okay too. But, it's a great product for people who are working on at night, or they don't necessarily need caffeine in their day to keep them going, but they want some extra muscular performance and physical help there.
Awesome. Moving on, Midnight Build, which I have taken in the past. Huge fan of it. He got 3 bottles worth, so it's going to last him full 12 weeks. He's going to take that, I'm assuming, on an empty stomach right before bed.
Yeah.
Typically, you take a certain amount of pills based on your body weight. That's what I remembered last time I utilized it.
Right. It is based on body weight, and what it tends to really break down to mostly is men versus women. I mean, the body weight cutoff, I think it's like 130 pounds or over. You're taking 3 pills, or it's less. It's 2 pills, something like that. And I'm a little bit fuzzy on the weight cutoff, but I've always taken 3 pills right before bed. Really, one of the best things that it helps with is maintaining elevated blood flow throughout your sleep. So, the vast majority of the muscular recovery and development and growth you do is during sleep. Keeping oxygen and blood and nutrients delivered throughout your body during that process is going to do you a lot of favors when it comes to recovery. Magnesium in there as well. There's one of the key ingredients is fenugreek. So it is a botanical, it's an herb. It helps with a lot of different things. One of the main things is normalizing your production of testosterone. And it's not just for men. I mean, a lot of women benefit from it as well. So it does have it's prescribed by a lot of, in a lot of senses for women who are breastfeeding or things like that, because it does help with a lot of natural hormonal production. But when you're talking about, more drive in the gym, more performance, more recovery, all of those things are tied to, your hormone levels. So it's a natural way of leveling your hormonal output. And really the main game there is recovery.
I am a huge fan of that, especially if you're in a season where you're really training hard. I'll take every advantage I can get to recover. And guys, the reason why we're making time for this kind of video is like, it's never been more important since I've been alive, 40 years, for people to stand together and promote health. And like, this is the stuff that you actually should do. These are the wilderness athlete guidelines to avoid, if you know what I'm saying. YouTube, you gotta be careful how you say things, but these are the guidelines to really bolster your immunity and get yourself resistant to the rigors of disease, germs. Y'all know what I'm saying. Moving on, 2 more for Jake. He ordered Mastermind Combo, and then we'll finish with Energy and Focus.
Yeah, so our Mastermind Combo, it's 3 products. It's Unplug, which is our sleep aid. It's Edge, which is really our daily, it's more of like your traditional nootropic. If anyone's ever used like Alpha Brain, it helps with more cognitive performance, mental energy, focus. That's Edge. And then there's At Ease, which is a mood booster and kind of a natural stress reducer. So all of these products are using, some of them have some overlap in terms of the nootropic ingredients. So a lot of cordyceps, mushrooms, extracts, and some really unique stuff that you don't see in a lot of our other products because they are very linked to cognitive performance and neuro performance in specific ways. And so they're all kind of designed to be used in conjunction with each other. Really one of the main, my favorite product that I use on like a near constant basis is Unplug, our sleep aid, because that's, just like we're talking about foundational health, that's where everything starts. If you're not getting a really quality night of good sleep, restorative sleep, and really hitting that length and that quality of sleep, it's near impossible for you to perform the way you are going to in the gym. It's near impossible for your metabolism to perform the way it needs to keep up with the diet. Everything starts to fall apart when you're not getting the right sleep. So that's a key. At Ease, the stress reducer, the mood booster, is, I think of it also as kind of somewhat of an energy product, even though it's not. It's just that stress is the biggest, robber of energy in your day. When you're stressed and you have anxiety and you can't focus and it puts you in a bad mood, you have no energy. So being able to mitigate and manage those things internally better with the help of this product helps you maintain productive energy throughout the day and not feel that roller coaster of stress. And then Edge is really, honestly, the best way I can describe Edge, if you ever have those like super mundane, boring projects, spreadsheets, writing for some people, whatever it is, the thing that you just kind of the gruel doing, Edge helps you just stay locked in and focused to that. And I honestly, sometimes when I remember to bring it, I'll take it when I'm glassing, because like on a long day of hunting, like you stay in your binoculars all freaking day long. It just really helps you kind of stay mentally focused, mentally sharp, and acute with those types of things.
Oh, that's cool. Especially with spring bear kind of around the corner. That's all I do spring bear hunting, is sit in one spot and glass all day. So you want to see more bears, stay more focused. That's good. Speaking of focus, Energy and Focus, it's a staple. It used to be called Alert. It's what I'm drinking right now. We hand these out at ElkShape camps. This is a staple year round for me. It's a foundational. Tell us about that blend.
Yeah, so it's a 0 sugar energy formula, and it's way healthier, way more effective than any of the canned energy drinks you're going to find. We're not just giving you, so it has 125 milligrams of natural caffeine. So it comes from green coffee beans. It's not just relying on the caffeine though to give you the energy. We give you a really good complex of B12, B6, some other really good antioxidants that help with, natural processing of stress when you're when you have a busy day. There's some other cofactors in there that help with your own production of energy in an herbal sense and in a vitamin sense. So it's not just here's 125 milligrams and send you on your way. We're really helping your body be more efficient at producing its own energy as well on like a cognitive level. One of the things that people say the most about it is you just feel alert. You don't get the jitters. With 0 sugar and natural caffeine in a really moderate amount. You just feel alert and clear and balanced. You don't get the jitters and you don't crash. And, that's really, I think, what everybody would want. It's like the best possible scenario from an energy drink is something that just makes you feel ready to get after it and feel motivated, but, you know, be able to hang on to that for a while and not crash an hour and a half later, and, you know, not feel jittery. You know, like I think everyone's felt, you know, over caffeinated at some point.
Yeah.
And it's a shitty feeling. And sometimes that comes from too much caffeine or poor quality caffeine. You know, like synthetic caffeines, which you find in a lot of drinks these days, don't do your body any favors when, you know, you're metabolizing that. So, you know, that's kind of it in a nutshell. We've got a lot of flavors of it, and it's kind of a go-to, especially if you mix it in with Hydrate and Recover for your Superman.
Oh yeah, that's what we got here, Superman. And guys, if you get these little packets, you can basically never have to buy a Monster, a Rockstar, a Bang, all those chemical soups. You can put something very natural. You can put these in your truck, in your backpack, you know, along with the good stuff, and you're just making better decisions. And health has never been more important, in my opinion, than now. Kevin Guillen, wellness athlete. The reason why I like working with you guys is you're a supplement company. You're not a marketing company. You're focused on actual supplements. I'm not going to say anything else besides that. Thank you for your time. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Wellness Athlete's website. They have a few programs that are designed to kind of like jumpstart your fitness. I'm going to leave links in the video description for you to just snoop around, and I'm going to give you guys a discount code that's going to be a one-time use. Make it a good one. What else you got, Kevin?
Oh, not a lot, man. We're going to be in Salt Lake City this weekend. Hopefully, I don't know when this goes up, but hopefully if any of you guys see this, come see us. We're going to be giving out a bunch of samples of product, and love just to chat with people.
Cool. Kevin Guillen, WA, check him out. We'll catch you on the next one.